Tonight, on a very special Public Access Live, I am honored and privileged to have in the studio with me tonight none other than comedian Cian Baker, entrepreneur Cian Baker, and he's going to talk about some of his goodies. All that starts in exactly 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Cousin Walt. I'll wait till the camera rolls. Is the little camera on?
Probably. I don't know.
Hold on. I know the close-ups on. I'm waiting for the. It doesn't look like it's lit.
It's not lit.
I'm waiting to. No, we're on.
Are we? Oh, I guess.
Okay. Good.
Cool.
Malfunction in the camera. Welcome to Public
Professionals.
If you want a high-end style, professionally produced show, you're in the wrong fucking place. But if you want to see two guys try like hell, talk shit the whole time, and come up short, welcome to Public Access Live. I'm your host this evening, Agent Dubsky /comedian. No, I'm never going to use that. That sounds like somebody's really, really desperate Facebook page. I almost introduced myself as comedian No.
Comedian John Tyler.
Never.
Everybody.
I'm just John Tyler. If you think I'm funny, great. If you want to pay me to chuckle,
I'm never gonna freaking start one of those Facebook pages ever.
You know, I understand the people that have such a strong public following that they want to separate that from their family and their close friends. I get that.
Yeah, but like
Week two?
But most of those don't put comedian before their name. Okay? Like when you make the page and you put you have to tell people it's supposed to be funny. It defeats the whole purpose. Like Pete Holmes doesn't have a comedian Pete Holmes page. It just says Pete Holmes on it, okay?
Oh yeah. I'm on comedian Tom Papa's page because I can't get to his personal one. It's a good thing he set up that one where I can see him make bread. I love his bread.
Yeah?
Are you Yes. Okay, so there's a lot of things we have to cover with Cian. Number 1, personal chef. Number 2, these have ended up everywhere. I mean, it's viral at this point. Number 3, probably what you're currently into, and if you even want to talk about it, we can talk about comedy. We can go all over the place.
I just did a failed open mic. Well, I mean, it's a false start, really. Last night at Mainline.
The comedy show.
Yeah.
The community/comedy.
Yeah. Well, there's.
Why is it failed?
Well, I mean, it's not. It's just a false start right now because I didn't promote it at all, and like you kind of have to like get the word out if you want people to show up. Like it was basically just me and Peter, and that was it. Peter Bedgood, everybody.
Thank God for Peter Bedgood.
Yeah. And
Thank God he doesn't have a home, or some of us wouldn't have audiences at all.
I didn't even set up the mic. I just talked to the 2 people that showed up and said, "Oh hey, in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna start doing this more."
So how you guys do? It's all crowd work.
Yeah, no, I just walked straight to them.
A lot of sick show.
No mic, open mic. Oh God, that was.
But I learned a lot, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't have I've been telling people I don't have a theater background. Like I started out writing, and then decided to do it on a microphone. So doing the White Lot 6 shows for Billy, I learned how to hit that guy in that back corner. Like I didn't know how to project until I started doing those. That was good training for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I just found the script for the first play I was ever in high school theater. We did a rendition of Dracula and I was one of the orderlies, and Renfield killed me. Spoiler. It was fun.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Were you naturally just, I mean, because there's some people that are going to play Dorothy, and there's some people that are going to play a Munchkin. You know, does it ever, when you have the ambition or the goal that you want to be that person, you want to be on stage, you want people to see you shine, does it hurt when they say you're a tree?
No.
It's like, well, I want to be the understudy. Ugh, no.
I'm on
You're gonna
stage.
play rock.
I'm on stage. Period. That's fine. I win. That's I see.
There you go.
Basically, you know that scene in the Endgame, and the Hulk is like messing up everything with the time travel crap. Spoiler. And he goes, I see this as a complete win. Like, if I'm in the building.
I think 6 months. If you haven't seen Endgame by now, fuck you. I'm sorry. You should have seen it by now.
Dumbledore's gay and also dead.
Oh, by the way, the next Star Wars, I don't want to break this. I don't want to break your heart. Yoda dies in this one.
Again?
That's what I tell everybody. Because I usually see the lanyards over there. I usually get in there the night before the premiere.
Oh, okay.
I usually get in there on a Wednesday on corporate night.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So I've seen the movie, and then they're like, "What was it like? Hey, tell me something." The movie, like, Yoda dies in this one. I tell people that. I've told them that since Disney bought them out. Every movie. You want a spoiler? Yoda dies in this one. There you go. How about it?
You should amend that from now on and go, Baby Yoda dies in this one. It's very brutal.
Has it been established what Yoda is?
No.
Is there a proper term for baby? It's not a Yoda because Yoda was a proper name. So
it's a colloquialism.
So what was
or
Yoda?
whatever. Nope, all of the. We're about to go deep into lore.
No, just tell me if they know or not.
They have purposefully not said what his race is.
Really?
It's shrouded in mystery in all of the lore that I've ever read.
What if Trump came around and said, "I want Yoda's birth certificate"?
Well then Yoda's on a fucking no-fly list.
We need We want the Yoda birthers out there now. We want you guys in front of Lucas's ranch, even though he doesn't own it anymore. We're going to protest him for not telling us in the first place, and for R2-D2 knowing everything and not saying a fucking word. We're going to protest those two things. Let's see. For fuck's sake. Mr. Ize, Yoda dies in this one too. Thank you, Mr. Ize, the pride of Dorset Pool. Uncle Gary's here. I can see the window through Sean's dinosaur shirt.
Yeah, you
know
can.
what? I was thinking about this when he came in, and I'm not warning anybody anymore. If you wear green on a green screen show, we're just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Even though
I don't have an arm anymore.
Sandra Slade last week was transparent. We could see right through her. The clarity was beautiful. She made no vague, ambiguous statements at all. So what got you from theater to writing or telling jokes? Let's go. Let's do chronologically.
Let's see. Well,
It's just like
podcasts.
It's just
listening
like
to
Hollow
podcasts, man.
Who's in particular?
Well, started with the first podcast I ever listened to was probably Smodcast, Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier.
Right.
And then they had a site called Fred, and then I found Ken Plume and Dana Snyder's podcast through there. I can't remember the KP Snidecast. Those are like the two earliest podcasts that like, okay, these guys are inside baseball, talking about like being a voice actor and stuff. Because Dana Snyder's Master Shake on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like it's like a big deal to me anyway. And then I got an iPod and started with the podcast app and just looked at comedy because I'll need a laugh. And I was like super depressed working at Walmart, in the dairy cooler, down stacking milk, and just had my hood up.
You could have stopped. You could have stopped it. I had this job at Walmart.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to paint a picture here.
Yeah.
Of how depressed I was.
Okay, when you said I had a job at Walmart, I would say that reads as bleak.
Yeah, very
But then when
bleak.
you got to the milk cooler double stacking milk, I would
Yeah.
say I was ready to kill myself. out of the pain I was feeling for you.
I never sweat. I like working in the cold because I don't sweat.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Crying lactose tears. Gary.
I'm lactose intolerant, man.
So, of course, in the last few weeks, we've come across your first set.
Yeah. Ugh.
You dug out your first set list.
Yeah, I did.
How does 2020 Sean look at 2012 Sean? Is he judgmental at all?
I feel like I've come full circle.
You feel like you went nowhere?
Yeah.
Those jokes played. I read them again of like I was a genius then, I'm a genius now.
There's one I wrote about hiding a Nazi rally at Comic-Con.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that'd be the perfect place.
Oh, yeah.
Just tell everybody you're cosplaying and that you're there for the Valkyrie 2 screening. Tom, get in here. Come on. Where's Tom? Where's Tom Cruise? Come on.
They're like, where's your accent? Like, where's Tom's accent? Are you kidding me? Our leader doesn't even have one. Please. Are you really though? I mean, are you happy with what you? Are you impressed with the guy who you were? Like, man, that guy had it together from the start. Like, I'm always shocked that I was a cliche beginning comic. I did shocking bullshit at
Well,
open
I've got
mic.
one of
I did
those,
every
too.
cliche except the comedian Facebook page. As long as I have that one, I'm better than all of you.
I kind of took a comedy correspondence course early on because before I even went on stage, I spent 2 years listening to comedy podcasts, specifically all of the Nerdist stuff.
Oh God, that's
everything
helpful.
that came out of what?
That's helpful.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, one of the most influential ones was the Pete Holmes. You Made It Weird, especially the early stuff when he was like talking to all his Chicago buddies. When he started talking about starting out in Chicago and just going from mic to mic to mic and like hell gigs, driving like 6 hours for 5 minutes, that kind of thing. And basically back then I started comedy because like I want Pete Holmes to be my best friend. That's what I want. That's what I've always wanted.
Oh, you've got a shot at that dream too.
Maybe.
No, it's, no, because last week I had a moment where I cried, and it was basically surrounding this one moment. I saw a picture of Bill Murray that for the first time in my life I had that thought, I might not get to meet Bill Murray before he dies.
Yeah, that's sad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you, Pete Holmes is like what, 23?
No, this is like 38.
He is?
He's pushing 40, dude.
Dude, he looks fucking great.
Well, the last time I was listening to his podcast was probably about 8 years ago, and he was like 33. He's like,
he looks like a kid.
yeah, no, dude, weed.
I smoke that good weed, keeps you looking young. By the way, if you guys know what that strain is, and you, Agent Dubsky, post office box. Make sure the FedEx man delivers it. You don't want the postman delivering it, if you know what I mean.
Let's just vacuum seal it. And it's fine. Say it's hemp. That's fine.
Dude, Michael C. Hall one night told me this wild tale, and I'm sure comedians have never been accused of being truthful all the time.
Yeah.
But his was, when he was living in Hawaii, he used to bring over 5 pounds at a time, and they would like wrap it in tinfoil and then Vaseline and then in plastic bags. And I'm like, I think a dog can smell through Vaseline.
Yeah.
Maybe. What got you? Were you trying? I'm measuring my words because you're not really a mean guy. But there was a way that you made new comics feel when you ran your open mic, and it wasn't anger, but you knew when you'd stepped over the line. You made it very clear it was your mic, it was your room for that week.
Yeah.
And these are the rules. Was that to get people to respect the job more, or was that to assert yourself more?
This is I view comedy like it's a job.
Yeah, that's why I wore a suit.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
bullshitting.
I know. I just think that all the times when you showed up to like
To an open mic in a suit.
yeah,
It's a job,
Fishbones
baby.
Owasso with a suit. Yeah, it's just no, but like if you
So
like-
embarrassing.
you're doing this because you're obviously passionate about comedy and making people laugh, and like the end goal is to just keep doing it for as long as you can, and hopefully scale it up a little bit. So eventually, when you're just doing like small theater shows or something, or like Russell Peters level, if that's like your goal, that's insane. First off, your goal should just be, okay, what's my next show?
I just want to be a nightclub comic. I don't want to do Brady. I don't want to do Cane's. I want to do a room that's got like 25, 30 people in it. I love that setting.
The first shop upstairs is perfect, I think.
Yeah, what's that max out at? Like about 50?
Yeah, 50 or 60.
Yeah, that's a good room. That's a good room.
Small, low ceiling is what you want. And then just keep it to under 90 minutes. Pro tips, guys. Pro tips.
Would you be willing to? Would you want to be a promoter, or is that too much bullshit that you have to deal with?
That's what I'm doing now.
Well, I know, but being a promoter, when you're a comic, you only have to worry about you showing up to the gig. When you're the promoter, you have to worry about 4 comics showing up to the gig, and
that's on them.
It's like the flakiest demographic on the planet. It really is.
Well, like open micers, like you start booking like actual book like-minded individuals that like see themselves as the product, and you're selling yourself. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
So you just partner with companies that you like.
Go Harlan Williams style and film a special in the desert with no audience.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's for sure. Or do the Maria Bamford thing and do it in front of your parents in the living room. That is brave.
Hey, the house party thing, you liking that? Like where we're having comedy shows at houses now?
Yeah, I like that whole thing. It's like I've been like super into the alt comedy scene for like since I started, basically. So like I've never felt like I fit in with a club. Like the local club, I don't really feel like I fit there. So like
I feel like my comedy home in Tulsa is like the VFW, for Christ's sake. It's not even a comedy club. Like I feel the most at home is the VFW.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it speaks to how despair you feel. Because like that, a lot of those Wednesdays are rough.
I know, but they prepared me for all the times I sucked on the show anyway.
Yeah.
It's like I was used to crowd silence. The worst thing you can do as a comedian is write in a laugh. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I saw the guy. He had been doing comedy for like 3 weeks. He was at the VFW. He's at an open mic, and he said something that you could tell was punctuated in a way with his rhythm and his elaboration that you could tell he was waiting for a laugh right there. Like he had written it in, like they're gonna die when I get to this point. And when they didn't, he forgot what his next joke was. It really jarred him. So if you write in a laugh, you're waiting on something that may or may not happen, but don't let it distract you from what has to happen next, which is your next joke.
My favorite way of like preparing a set is that I've heard is Dan Fritchie. He's just doing his set while NPR is playing in his car. Because like
you can talk over NPR.
Like I've done like mixed mics, like especially back in the day at Gypsy Coffee House on Tuesdays, where you're fighting a blender, espresso machine, and then them yelling, "Brad, your order's ready, Brad," and then Brad's like, "I ordered a macchiato. This is an Americano." Americano or whatever.
Or Yeti's Writers Night, where you're fighting against the foosball table.
Yeah.
2 guys wanting a Strongbow cider really bad.
Yeah, but you got Evan in the first booth, like wide-eyed, bushy-eyed, and just like wagging his tail at you, going, "Keep going, man, keep going." And then Damien right in front of you with his iPad recording you and putting that shit on YouTube for you to like cry about 2 months later.
How good did we have it though? Like 3 years ago we had Yeti, we had Parlor.
Yeah.
And it was like, these are just like middle of the road places. But when they disappeared, it was like, what do we do now? What the fuck?
You gotta build it yourself. Yeah. That's what we did with First Shop.
First Shop from the ground up. You guys did.
Well, I don't take any credit for that. That's all.
You were part of the.
Well, I mean, like I was there, but I'm not like I don't take any like ownership over it. Just like, no, I like those are my friends and I support them, but like I didn't put any work into it. That's
Yeti was the proving grounds, fam. Thank you, Uncle Jerry.
Did you just say Uncle Jerry?
I think I did. Don't know why.
Uncle Gary.
It's these damn impeachment hearings. You know, before Tuesday, I didn't even know there was a guy from New York named Gerald Adler or whatever. I didn't even know this guy. But apparently he was really big in the 90s for telling people they should sit the fuck down if they want to impeach Clinton. He was over there like, we don't need to be doing this. No. And then you fast forward to like last week and he's like, we need to get rid of this guy. And it's like, well, I guess people change.
In the 90s, I was in elementary school in Germany.
How did you get there?
My dad was in the Army.
Okay.
So we were living on Patch Barracks.
An Army?
Yeah.
Your dad was in the Army in a Navy San Diego?
No, that's where my family's from. But
Oh.
in Germany, I grew up in Fort Benning and then Stuttgart, Germany.
Stuttgart, nice.
Yeah. Patch Barracks. Right. Yeah. Fucking.
So obviously, if anybody is looking at the stream title this much, you notice that I do say, this is my friend Cian Baker, and you see Cian. Irish?
Yeah.
Father Irish?
Only half Irish. Never actually heard it pronounced, I think. Or maybe he looked it up. I don't know. All I know is that my parents made a bet before I was born, and I lost.
How did you lose?
Because my dad is like, hey, I want to name my kid this. And my mom's like, no. Let's not do that. He's going to need therapy for the rest of his life. Yeah. And my dad's like, okay, well, if it's not in a baby book, you can name him Aaron or whatever. And so they went there on a prenatal checkup, I think, and then they went to the gift shop in the hospital, opened up the first baby book. There it is. Cian, ancient or wise.
We weren't expecting our first one. We was supposed to be named Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's very close to the Gaelic pronunciation of my name, because historically it's it's spelt with a K, so it's Cian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they messed up the ultrasound.
Yeah.
So when the doctor's like, "Hey, it's a girl," it's like, "All right, it's a what?" Because we had a blue room, we had little boy onesies, we had everything, and they're like,
You got a tomboy. That's all you got.
"Oh no, she's." If there was still a Glamour Shots around, she would have already been there. She loves.
Was that on Stranger Things?
Glamour Shots?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's just something super from the 80s and
Yeah.
old that I don't recognize at all. What is that?
It was just this place at the mall where people would go and they'd put way too much makeup on them and use way too much hairspray and then pose them like...
Oh, like in that scene in Stranger Things.
Like Deb in Napoleon Dynamite, kind of.
Okay.
Very thoughtful posing.
Yeah.
What got you being into the Baker Smith, which I like the name because it's, you have blacksmiths, you have coppersmiths like me, and then you have a Baker Smith. I like that.
Well, it's just I like I worked backwards from the acronym BSBA, kinda, because.
Are you representing Broken Arrow?
Well, I've been living there for 10 years, so I'm hawking BS from BA.
Right.
Baker Smith, Baked Apothecary. Smith is actually my mom's last name.
Oh, that's my mom's last name.
Yeah. So there's a space between the two. So
I got
Baker
you.
Smith.
I thought it was all one word. I thought Baker Smith. That's a really good. That's a really good term. Because you also do personal chef, so I thought maybe
I make the fuck out of brownies, man.
The good kind?
Yeah, dude.
Did you make your own butter?
No. Oh wait, no, you're talking about. No. I know which ones you're talking about. No, I mean like.
This is just for Mojo.
Fudgy.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Little tear there.
No, I mean like super fudgy. I found this recipe on Tasty, and followed it very closely, and I really love like super fudgy brownies, and so I make them from scratch with a fuck ton of sugar, some eggs, and just.
How do you overcook the chocolate to really like when as soon as it hits your tongue, it's like
So,
chocolate bomb?
The trick is
Add coffee?
Yeah. the espresso.
Mhm.
Add some espresso powder to it. Melt the butter and then pour that over your broken up Ghirardelli chocolate. That's what I
Okay.
8 ounces of chocolate. And then
What's your like 80-20?
I usually go like 60 and then semi-sweet,
Okay.
like 4 ounces of each.
All right. We have every show we have a portion called food porn.
Yeah.
So you've jumped ahead of the game.
Oh, my bad.
And no, because they're not complaining a bit. They're like, food porn? We're having food porn early?
Ooh,
Tell
yeah.
that guy to slow down. Say chocolate and look into the camera real slow.
So I pour the melted butter
Oh shit.
all over
Oh shit. There's more people
8
coming in.
ounces of Ghirardelli premium chocolate, usually 60% cacao, and then semi-sweet. I really love that combination. And then while you're doing that, you're creaming. you're creaming the sugar with eggs and all the other wet ingredients. I think but
If someone gives me those brownies, they get sex that night.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But my trick is that I learned from this tasty video is to beat the eggs for 10 minutes and just let the hand beater go in the big bowl and just let it go for 10 minutes until it's
Absolutely mixed.
yeah.
Huh.
And then after I set a timer and then start drizzling in the chocolate and letting that go, and then you fold in the flour. Yeah, so good. I need to do a cooking show.
I'm an angel food guy.
Yeah, I
My
can make
mom-
blondies with that same recipe.
My mom used to, my grandma made angel food cake for my mom every year for her
Yeah.
birthday. And then my grandma died, and I made the cake for my mom every year. And then my mom died, and then I found out my mother-in-law, her favorite cake was angel food. So I still end up making one every year. Like, I thought I retired. But yeah, like her birthday's New Year's Day.
Bringing me back.
Man, it's tough. People think it's like, it's the cake. No. First of all, you're using egg whites only.
Yeah.
Second of all, on a humid day, you're fucked. Your cake's this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated if you happen to have that one day in January where it's like 90 degree humidity. Sorry, mom-in-law, no cake for you. I'll have to buy you one.
Yeah. Every year, my mom makes devil's cake for me, and it's
You're like my wife. You're like chocoholic. Everything's got
Dude.
chocolate in it. I'm a fruit guy.
chocolate and caramel, man.
All right, I'm with you on caramel.
Yeah, and then
I like that.
toffee. So she'll make the devil's food cake.
Mm-hmm.
When it's fresh out of the oven, poke a bunch of holes in it and pour caramel and sweetened condensed milk all over it.
So it has the.
Yeah, so it's super moist. And then you white trash it up and top it with Cool Whip and crushed Heath bars.
The two that were really good. My sister, every year, my grandma would make a cake for her. Graham cracker crust, cream cheese, chocolate pudding, whipped cream, shaved chocolate. It was just like layer after layer of get you right here, like sugar, bam. And the other one was, the one that I liked was like a white cake.
Yeah.
And you took a wooden spoon and you poked the holes in it, and then you put poured like strawberry jello or something, so it had like pink
Ooh.
in it, and it also made the cake a little moister. But you poured you didn't let the jello set. It's like you mixed the jello when it was still liquid,
Yeah.
and you poured that over the white cake. And that was kind of cool. My wife's a Coke cake. She likes Coke in the batter to moisten it up.
Okay.
And we did 7-Up cakes when I was a kid.
That's like a southern thing, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like we do everything with can of something. Oh, you want to cook a whole chicken? Shove a can up its ass.
Yeah.
That's
Just
we're
talk
limited.
About,
We're limited in our thinking around here.
talk about layering shit. I did for Thanksgiving a couple days before that, freaking steak parfaits. That's what I was making.
Go on.
So it's just put a layer of just like a slice of steak,
All
and
right.
then gravy, potatoes, and then just in a 4-ounce glass that we ate tiramisu out of.
55
previously.
shows. He's the best food guest we've had so far. I have a brain boner right now. I'm not even kidding.
I haven't even showed you the video, the picture I made, or I took of the beef Wellington I've made twice.
This is gonna be my face if he says another word about food. What's you guys are gonna have to help me out because I'm old. What's the thing where the girls cross their eyes and stick out their tongue?
There's a hago.
A hago, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm about to go.
We can go deep into porn, man. It's just like regular porn, just like transition straight. Because, oh yeah, no, I don't know if I want to do that though.
Let's see. What are we talking about? Food. We're just talking about food right now.
Food. Yeah,
right now we're just talking
food.
about food.
Yeah.
Let me go up here because this has been going on for a while, and I'm not. Okay, well, there's one comment, Mojo. I'm not sure where you came in with this because I'm thinking back, and I don't remember where we said anything that John Benet Ramsey looking photos but adult applies. But there's no question mark at the end of it, so we can't accept it. I'm sorry. But I didn't remember anything that a John Benet joke would have went with. Was it something I said?
No. I'm just thinking about, we were playing Quiplash, and I can't remember what the prompt was, but the thing that always won was somebody wrote in John was it John Benet Ramsey's bones?
Oh.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Oh, it's so dark.
Okay, can we talk about these brownies? Like, is there a recipe? Yes, it is, but it was written in magic. So.
Yeah, or it's just on YouTube.
Hey.
What are you doing?
No, you are not going to chew the cable to the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just the tag. They're puppies, and they like to chew on.
Yeah, they're
things
adorable.
right now. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Speaking of creaming, he was talking about the butter, but thank you so much for that. Let's see, dirty. Yes.
Yeah.
Does your dad cook? That could be awkward.
Hey, psst,
Rosie.
off of that.
Rosie. Just be all right.
Just be cool. I'm cool if you're cool. Nope. Hey. There you go.
Let's see. That is such great. The wife can only make brownies. Dad can make sweet stuff. That almost sounds dirty. I start most of my channel host once food porn is discussed. Thank you, Cuzwalt, for hosting our channel tonight after the food porn. Zero of T-Town, thank you for that host. Zero is a local guy, a local streamer.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we are talking about food, Lorna. Lorna is from Birmingham, England.
Ooh, nice.
So we have a nice international display. Like I said, we're going to send these out. If you want one and you trust me with your address, all you have to do, I'll put this in an envelope, I'll write your name on it. These are making it around. Yep. I want to get to this, and we'll get back to the food and the questions in a minute, but I want to talk about this. When I first started doing comedy, on the front counter at the Comedy Parlor were stacks of these stickers, and I thought, that is the best shameless plug I've ever seen. You put your face on everything, and truly, every place I went to for the first year I did comedy had a Cian Baker sticker somewhere in that building, or on the post, or on a pole outside. They're everywhere. But apparently, they've made it all the way to Thailand now, thanks to Uncle Gary. If you guys want a Cian Baker sticker for somewhere in your town and you want to take a picture of it, like stick it somewhere and take a picture of it and send it to me, all you have to do is send your address. I'll mail them out this week.
And Instagram.
I'll send one with your Peter Bedgood picture that we'll be mailing out this week for you, and Mojo and Kiki has already claimed one as well, and I'll be giving hers to her personally. If you want a Cian Baker sticker, we need to create a page on social media where it's just pictures of Cian Baker stickers in famous places, and that's kind of what I want to do. So if you guys want to help out with that, please just DM me an address or something that I can send these out to you, and I'll do it. I'll pay for it off my end. Let's see. That's cool though, right?
Yeah, that's really
You don't
cool.
mind?
No, I don't mind at all, man. I had 4,000 of them made about 4 years ago, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. It cost me about $115.
It's a good investment.
Yeah, no, 3 cents each, dude. 3 cents. I've used them, like, 'cause I ran out of tape, like shipping tape, and so I used that to hold the boxes closed when I was mailing out some of this crap on Etsy the other day. I'm just like, okay, just shut it. Yeah. I still have like 3,200 of them.
We'll get them out there. We're shipping them all over the world. It's going to be like the Fortnite bus. We're just going to dump them out the windows. The next time America goes to war, we're going to take Cian Baker stickers and drop them over the enemy like propaganda. How can we fight against this? It's the Great White. I don't know what to put there. I ran out of something.
Oh, yeah.
Personal chefing. Is this something you like doing? Is this a tough gig because you have your taste and you're trying to convince someone that they like what you're making, or they're very specific and you make exactly what they tell you?
Mostly I've only done it for my friends, and most of our tastes have really like aligned, where like I'm just like, does this taste good? Cool. Or just like really high in their kitchen, like at parties and stuff. I don't really have a gig salad yet, where like I haven't had like clients yet, but like it's something I want to do, something I'm offering. Just get at me at Beardo Shaman on Instagram.
Have you trained?
No. That's all self-taught.
Dude, I've seen your plates.
Yeah.
Some of that was I was looking today. I was like, does that say guacamole gravy? What is that? That was amazing. It was like a guacamole salsa. It was like a like a chili birdie.
It's store-bought. A lot of that stuff is store-bought.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were showcasing.
No, it's just like because I had it was just leftover. It was like a leftover frittata type of thing that I made today.
What's your favorite?
Food.
Mexican. Are you on it?
Yeah.
I can't stay away from it.
Dude. You can't even start that conversation, man.
Well, I know we don't. Well, I know we're in the middle of the map. We don't do it right here. I've been to the coast. I know how they do it. But I mean, do you prefer the authentic? Do you prefer the Tex-Mex? Do you like how we do it here?
You know what? Sometimes I eat trash. It doesn't. Yeah. Like I've told you that before.
Yeah.
It depends on what I'm feeling. Like there's food is food. There's a time for everything, man. Especially like Velveeta and Rotel.
Holidays? Do you guys do the traditions? Do you guys pretty much checklist turkey dressing, mashed potatoes?
This year I took over the kitchen. My mom has been historically like the one worrying about that kind of thing, but this year I butchered the bird a couple days beforehand, cut it into primals, and then brined it.
Like you wring its neck and
No. I mean, like I didn't like kill
it. Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Just like we bought a fresh.
Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah. No.
For a minute there, I thought my grandma had that skill where she could just like grab a chicken and go, and the body would go over there, and she still had the head.
Oh my god.
Like,
that is
and
cool.
then she had like a pot of boiling water. She'd throw it in there and just like take a glove and just go, and the feathers would just come off, and then fresh chicken. My grandma had recipes. All my recipes in there, if it has a chicken recipe,
It starts with.
it always starts with the same thing: cook down 3-pound hen. That's how all of her recipes start. So I don't know how to, I don't know how many cans of Star Kiss that translates into. So I generally go and buy a bird and cook it down. Plus, it makes your lips shiny when you have that good chicken fat in there.
Yeah.
If you start with real chicken, you get the shiny lips. It's got like built-in chapstick in there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, I just had the whole bird and just cut it up ahead of time, put it in some bags, and made a wet brine, and then
Soak it for 2 days, huh?
Yeah. Well, I had to. So I started on Monday night with the bird.
Okay.
And then the next day, or that night, I made the brine, and then the next day, put it in there. Or was it Tuesday?
It all runs together, dude.
Yeah.
See, I do a 24-hour salad that you actually have to start on Tuesday. You start Tuesday, you chop the fruit and chill it, and then Wednesday you actually make the salad, and then it has to set for a day, and all the flavors meld together. So it's actually a 48-hour, 24-hour salad.
I did a 2-day stuffing this year.
The brine, what is that? Water, salt, capers.
It was this turkey gourmet crap that that's like 3 years old that we bought at Costco.
No frills.
No, you just boil it, and then it's got all the bay leaves and cranberries, and makes it really moist and super delicious.
If Cian Baker didn't have a beard, would he have beard balm? Would you ever went this way if you weren't, you know, like, I could use a little bit of that.
I don't
But
know.
were you already into the oils? Because I was.
No.
No?
No, this all came after, like, because I got into making my own medicine with cannabis.
Okay.
And so I had all the ingredients for burritos, and was like, okay, let's make tacos. Because I need, like, something that the feds won't, like, I don't know, like, be mad at if I put that money in a bank.
All right. So, you were making. So how does cannabis help beard balm?
Well,
Oh no! I get it now. You had ingredients for something else, and,
yeah.
and you. I got it.
I was making pain salves and lotions for myself and tinctures, and then I had the coconut oil.
You know
had
what?
the shea butter, had the beeswax.
You can actually say something that a lot of people can't tell us. You can disclose information. Doctors aren't allowed to say, "Oh yeah, I used this and it works," because then they're like
Well,
held
it's
to it.
anecdotal. It's all just like
The Young Living. They have a product called Panaway. They're not allowed to say Panaway. That makes a claim.
yeah.
So you're not a real doctor.
No.
So you can tell us for sure, and it's not going to hurt our reputation, or you won't get like in trouble for it.
No, I don't care.
Did the cannabis-based stuff help with pain using
me.
using it topically?
For me.
Really?
Yeah. A friend of mine told me that when he put, because the tinctures that I make work topically.
Okay.
You don't have to mix it into anything. You just put it straight on.
Is this like bruises or
Like just
joint pain?
joint pain.
Internal?
Yeah, like I've got neuropathy in my feet,
Okay.
and just rubbing that, and then the massager helps with that.
Lorna loves the Christmas jumper. I like the fact that the dinosaur is actually wearing a jumper too.
Yeah, the sleeves are too small. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the sleeves are too small.
Whose joke was that? Mojo, you gotta tell me. She'll know. There used to be a comedian that did this set where he's like, I'd like to do an impression of a Tyrannosaurus Rex as a concert pianist. And he would go, and then he'd flip his tails. And then he'd go, my arms are too short. And then the next one was a Tyrannosaurus Rex as a secretary. And it was, hello, Mr. Johnson. That was the whole bit. But it's the arm short. Like,
Yeah.
that's like it.
Yeah, the little claws are going through the sleeves, where the elbows are. Yeah.
That's do you think the cannabis working in the, like, because I noticed you cut me off and you
Yeah.
said it worked for me.
Yeah.
Is it, do you believe that it's not like a very a
Well, I'm
blanket
not gonna.
kind of,
I'm not gonna make any claims.
you can though, that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
can,
You've
but I'm not
actually
gonna.
mixed something up using things that people can test work or don't work, and you use them on yourself and
Yeah.
they worked, so
Yeah.
you can make a claim.
Well, yeah, like I said, anecdotally, just like I'm not gonna like.
Well,
go,
that's hopeful, man, because
Yeah.
the news isn't covering whether cannabis really cures pain. They're not saying it cures anything. The only angle that the most media takes is, yes, it will promote appetite, and it does keep you from being nauseous, so it's perfect
Well,
for people with chemo or going through treatments. But they don't really say if it does anything more than that. And they're like, well, studies have kind of, and it's usually some hippie guy at Berkeley.
You need to get some bud tenders on here to talk to you about this kind of stuff. Talk to locally the people that work at Robot Farmer and Greencraft about, because it's more than just THC and CBD in that plant. There's so much more in there that we're still studying and learning about, especially like the different forms of THC, because there's like the Delta 9 THC stuff, and then there's this THC-V, which you have to vape at like a higher temperature, and it's been shown as an appetite suppressant and helps with workout recovery. There's
like
weed,
a steroid?
like a weed diet pill, dude.
See, I'm wondering now, because there's always been speculation over the past 60 years. There used to be Oklahoma used to have tons of hemp grown here during the World War II.
Yeah.
For making ropes for the Navy, and all those fields are kind of around Inola Shoto-ish, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, if they would ever legalize this stuff, you could use the fibers for clothing, and you can use it
Yeah.
for this, and it was also they wouldn't have to cut down trees anymore because you can use it's the pulp and it's sturdy enough to make papers, and it's like
Plastics.
yeah, it's like, well, if it's so good, like, why is it illegal in 50 states, you know? And it never clicked.
Lobbyists.
But now you're telling me it's like, there's, you can dissect a hemp plant 150 different ways and 150 different really good industrial solutions.
A lot of the terpenes in there are found in different plants and vegetables and fruits and stuff and flowers.
Hey, has Zampino been to Weed College? He'd come back. Or do I need to talk to one of, like...
I think Zampino's pretty up on it.
Yeah.
Peter's pretty up on it too. He's learning. But yeah, get yourself some bud tenders in here, dude.
Well, I mean, there's questions I have.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm not an expert. I'm just like, I'm spouting off some shit that I've read, and
You're a deep
I
Googler,
like.
though. You went at least
No.
at least page 2 on the Google.
No, at least page 3.
At least page 2.
No.
I'm a deep Googler.
I spent but Leafly was a part-time job for me for a week, dude. I spent 20 hours. I got the screen time freaking on the app or whatever. It showed me like, you spent 20 hours on Leafly this week, and I'm like, shit. Well, I was also like hunting for deals.
Cookie.
But yeah. Aw, what are you doing?
You know, I'm gonna have to go get. You know what? I'm just gonna have to go get the sour apple spray and hose down all my equipment again. There's stuff you put on there so they don't chew on stuff.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Hey, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on, puppy.
Let's see. I drank 200 milligrams infused juice last week. You know, there has been some really good stuff that I've had out of when first trip to Colorado.
Yeah.
Bubba Kush root beer was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think it was only like a 10. It wasn't very strong at all.
It's all about bioavailability with that kind of thing, because with edibles, it's
I don't do edibles.
yeah.
There's no off ramp.
Yeah.
Once you take it, you're riding it out the
Well,
whole fucking way.
There, CBD is kind of an off ramp, but like helps modulate a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. And then you gotta be careful, because like there's studies that show that if you take CBD before THC, it kind of like primes all your receptors, and then you get even more goddamn high.
Cian Baker,
Yeah.
how can people get a hold of you? How can people get your stuff? And tell them what you do offer, please.
So I made this special for you. You said
Are
you
those
like,
mine?
Yeah, these are yours.
Beard balm.
Yep. So like it's basically a pomade. It's just for your hair, skin, nails, just a conditioner. It's just
I can
beeswax.
smell it from here, man.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Is that the tea tree?
This is the eucalyptus and
Grapefruit?
grapefruit that you asked for. Yeah.
Man, that is
Yeah.
tight.
And
Let's
then,
get the little star at the top.
So I got molds, and so it's just I put some in there. I had some previously.
What's
This
that one?
one's a little ugly.
Don't care.
So, some that's got vanilla and tea tree.
You guys smell that?
Smell-o-vision. We're
Smell
working on
vision. Work. Still working on it.
So it's just
man.
coconut oil. Because with the salves, I infuse the coconut oil with hemp, and then just mix it in with equal parts shea butter and beeswax to get like a really good like salve that you can roll on. You need to stop that. Bite my shoe.
No,
Okay.
Are you hungry? We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up.
We're
I
almost
swear.
done. We're
yeah.
almost done.
Just
The balms, I just don't infuse the coconut oil, and I just use that with, because I found a recipe and I was like, you know what, my beard's a little scraggly, and then now it's like really soft and cool.
I have never used anything on it, and I realized the last time I tried to trim it myself, my little scissors would just kind of like bend the hair over.
Yeah.
It wouldn't actually.
Ugh.
It's a beard. I mean, I've really never done anything nice to my beard at all, other than keep it short.
I just let it go. I let it go, and I rub nice stuff in it.
It was obviously going to be it was going to be awkward if I asked Sean if I could rub his beard, but I could honestly tell his was softer than mine. So this was an investment well worth it.
Oh yeah.
How can people get a hold of this if they would like some?
So email me at bsbakedapothecary@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at Beardo Shaman. Or like the shaman,
and I'll have all of this in the description of the video as well, so you guys will be well taken care of.
And then Baked Apothecary on Facebook as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then I put my Etsy on vacation because I got to rework it a little bit. And
I don't know how it works, but my wife does knitting and crochet and stuff and sells on there.
If you're a small business and you're doing like on the fly, like transactions with Square, don't link it with your Etsy because Etsy will take 20 cents off or take 20 cents from you for each thing that you put in there. So I was out $7 the other day because of Etsy. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and what did they do?
Nothing. They just.
What? Hey, no. Now you're moving the camera.
Yeah.
Enough. You know what you can do? You can come over here with me for 5 seconds.
Right.
And you can say hi to everybody. Okay.
Punk ass.
Punk ass.
That's what my mom calls me. She calls me punk ass number 1.
Your mom?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And I told her, well, if I'm punk ass number 1, that makes you punk ass 0. Patient 0.
Oh wow. Well, I guess I'd rather be there than patient X. So
Right.
does let's see. So does we have a cooking YouTube channel? No, but I'm in for backing that. Hey, here's the thing, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret, and then we'll close up. You guys know I'm trying to get 5 programs, and that we're starting something called 6 p.m. Central Productions, where every night at 6 p.m. you'll have a new program. We already have 2, this show and Bedgood Show, and we'll stretch that out over 2 nights. But for the meantime, it is not fair to my family to drag people in and out of this house who they've never met and disrupt their lives 5 days a week. So we're going to keep with the 2 shows we've got. We're going to find a place where we can actually do our 5 shows a week. We're going to find a better facility before we move ahead with the other ones. But Uncle Gary's, this is not a cult. We definitely want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
If we can get whatever goes through Uncle Gary's head and transmit that to you somehow, you will be blessed. That's all I'm going to say. So that's show number 3. I've always wanted not for me personally, you guys can't imagine me being a kid show host unless it's Jimmy Savile, but I want a kid show. Basically, we're using UHF as a template, so we need a kid show, a talk show, and finding the right person. I can get licensing to some old Mr. Magoo and Popeye. We can do this. It's finding the right person who really loves kids in the appropriate way to host appropriately to host the show. So that's on the burner for now. But a cooking show with Sean, if you guys are in on it, I'm in on it because it's Cian Baker.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
Yeah. Uncle Gary not starting a cult with Uncle Gary. Yes, I know. Freaking cooking show. I have an awesome idea. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let him show us how he does chocolate because apparently he does it right. All right. Cian Baker, if you saw yourself for the first time today across the street, what do you think your name is? What do you think that guy's name is?
Chad.
Chad? Chad. Okay. Where do you think Chad's from?
Bushwick.
Chad from Bushwick. Okay. This is the question that really matters. This is what people will remember you for generations to come. What do you think is a secret that nobody knows about Chad from Bushwick?
He's only killed like 5 people. On accident. He's a doctor.
Cian Baker, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. We will be back in a little bit for Bedgood Comics. Stay tuned for that. Tonight's feature on his show is Attack of the Giant Leeches from 1959.
Yikes.
Scary. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Cian Baker. Next week on Public Access Live, Jerome J. Dabney will be here. Probably doing impressions too. Talking about how
Ooh.
he's winning at life because he is. He beat death.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So we're
You seen him 5 years ago? He was like 80 years old. Now, you see him now? He's like 30. How'd that happen?
we're happy to have Jerome Dabney on next week. But all that's coming up. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.